Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Oakland Athletics. You guys are going to see the month of September because we are still in the pennant race. We're clearly outside of the AL West. Outside of the AL West race, you can see 12 and a half games out, but we currently sit in that second wild card spot, half a game behind Toronto. Game and a half up on Kansas City, 2.5 up on Cleveland, etc., etc. If we look at kind of how we've gotten things done, we're leaning on our heavy hitters, so to speak. Corbin Burns with a 3 WAR. Joey Estes 2.6. Joey Estes has been really good. 2.6 WAR. 3 pitchers with 11 wins. Burns, Estes, Gleason, Golemon's been a rock. Jacob Josie's been really good. Max Meyer's been absolutely phenomenal the last 3 months. 1.26, 0.73, 3.07 over the last 3 months of the year. Jeffries and Luzardo haven't been great, but they're technically our 4 and 5 guys at this point in the postseason. We'll just make sure they have really quick hooks there. Gunnar Hoagland has been really good, 1.52 ERA plus. Hoping for a little more out of Tariq, but he's been reasonable, I guess. 89 ERA plus. He's been okay. Not great, but okay. I'm hoping that movement won't hurt us in Oakland very much. So, yeah, we're going to get some end of the season baseball. So let's get right to it. Game 1 at home against the Houston Astros. It's an 11-4 victory, so big win out of the chute here in September. 2 hits, 4 RBIs for Laureano, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Xavier Edwards, who leads us in WAR this year at 3.9. He's a Rule 5 guy. More strikeouts than walks. I mean, he's been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 3 hits for Miranda, 3 hits for Langlier. Pache with a hit and a couple of runs scored. I got a up. Corbin Burns only goes 4 1/3 innings. I don't like that. 91 pitches. We're going to go into his strategy, and we're going to bump this up and leave him out there. I figure if anybody can manage it, it's him. So now we have a 3-game set in Chicago against the White Sox. 2-0 loss. Second game, it's a 5-2 loss, so 1-2 out of the gate here. We get swept by the White Sox. That's not good. So now we've got 4 games at home against Seattle. 10-3 victory, so a lot of all or nothing here for the A's in September. 6 RBIs for Laureano. Oh, there was a game I wanted to show you guys. Am I going to be able to pull it up here? Yeah, where is it? Game log. Spencer Torkelson had a game in August. Was it in August? Yeah. Oh, it was like at the end of July. You guys, I don't know. Yeah, we watched. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, did we watch? Did I show you guys this? But Spencer Torkelson, 4 hits, 8 RBIs here in this one. Yeah, big game. I couldn't remember if I had shown that to you. I thought that was in August, so apparently it wasn't. No, that is fine. All right, so we get back to the schedule here. So 2-3 here to start September. Second game against Seattle. Would like a 10-1 loss. Would like 3 out of 4 against Seattle if we can help it. We win 6-4 there. Torkelson 3 hits. Marcano 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Allen with a couple of runs knocked in. Estes picks up his 12th victory of the season. Where are we? So we're still a half game behind Toronto. We are a game up on Kansas City and 2 up on Baltimore. All right, let's keep going. Can we pick up 3 out of 4 against Seattle? We cannot. So we take 2 out of 4. We split the series against Seattle, so we're 3-5 this month. Now we have 3 on the road against Tampa. This isn't going to be easy. First one's a 5-3 win. That's nice. So Jeffries picks up the win, goes to 8-15 on the season. Laureano with his 29th home run of the season. Nope, just 2 hits and an RBI. Miranda 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Jeffries 3 runs and 6 2/3 innings. Game 2 now against Tampa. 7-2 loss. Can we take the series? That would be nice. We do. We take 2 out of 3 in Tampa Bay. Huge series win. Edwards 3 hits and an RBI at the top of the order. Laureano another couple hits. Burns goes 6. Picks up his 12th win of the year. Bullpen doing bullpen things. So we're 4 games. We'll look at the standings again once we get through this series in Boston. We're 4 games over 500. Make it 5 games over 500 with a 5-2 victory. Edwards 2 more hits and an RBI. Torkelson 2 hits, 2 RBIs. It's a 7th home run of the year for us. I like what I've seen out of Torkelson so far. The OPS plus is not super high, 106 plus, only a 741 OPS, but 26 RBIs in 58 games. Still has some, I mean, he's only 25, so have to feel like there's some more growth opportunity there. Estes with another win. Game 2 against the Red Sox. It's a 10-5 win, so we've... Ooh, Golemon's hurt. Oh, no. That one hurts. Okay. That one certainly hurts, so we will call up back away, go back into our... Okay, so our 2 best pitchers have been Josie and Hoagland, so let's do this, I guess. Something like that. And then Hall can come in as a long relief, and Beckway can come in as middle relief. So we win 10-5. I mean, that's a good thing. We get 3 hits, 2 RBIs from Gurriel, 2 hits, 3 RBIs from Torkelson. Miranda with a couple of hits. Vaughn scores a couple of runs. Langley, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's played really well since we made him the starter. I like what we're seeing out of him. Gleason picks up his 12th win of the season. Finnegan almost blows it, but Hoagland, Golemon before he gets hurt, and Acton come in and finish things off. 2 more against the Red Sox, then we'll look at the standings. We've won 4 out of 5. Make it 5 out of 6 as we win this one 8-6 in 13. Wow. Gurriel 2 for 7. Pache with a 3-run home run in the 4th off Garrett Whitlock. Jeffries goes 7. Hoagland blows it. Meyer blows the save, but then everybody else comes in and does their job nicely. Final game of the series in Boston. It's a 9-7 loss in 12. All right. I feel like that was a good week for us. Yeah, we vaulted into the actual playoff lead. We're a game up on Toronto, 2.5 up on Kansas City, so that is perfect. We got 2 games here against San Francisco, followed by Tampa again. So a couple of tough series. San Francisco, 83-71. Tampa, 86-67. 2 games at home. Or actually, these are all at home. San Francisco, Tampa, and Miami. We win 2-0. Danny Jansen wants to be a starter. I get that. But right now, Langlier is the better option. So Edwards with a couple of hits, Torkelson with a couple of hits, Gurriel and Jansen each with RBIs. How's Gurriel doing for us? 262, 321, 341, 86 OPS, 660. I mean, with an 80 contact, I guess I anticipated that being higher, but I guess he's still getting it done. Burns goes 5, picks up the win. Danny Jansen's probably not long for this team if he wants to be a starter. Because right now that's Langlier's job. Game 2 against the Giants. We lose Nick Allen for 3 weeks. That's not ideal. Unfortunately, I don't know that we may have to consider replacing Nick Allen. He just can't stay healthy. All right, so we got 3 now against Tampa. We'll get through those 3 games against Tampa, then we'll check out the standings yet again. So I'd say we're about a year ahead of where I thought we'd be, and that's because of our pitching. The 2 young pitchers that developed significantly faster than I anticipated, Gleason and Estes. And then being able to sign Burns gave us 3 top-notch starters, which really kind of put us in a good place. So we got 3 now against Tampa. At home, first one is a 3-1 victory. Vaughn 2 for 3. Miranda with an RBI. Marcano with an RBI. Gleason gets the win. Game 2 against Tampa. Four-3 loss, and the third game of the series. So we're 82-76. So this is it, right? These are the last 4 games. 82-77 now. So we're 2 games up on Toronto, Kansas City, and Cleveland, who are all tied for the wild card. We're taking on a 60-99 Miami team. So hopefully we can just win out and it won't be an issue. Game 1 at home is a 4-1 win. That's a huge victory. Torkelson 2 for 4. He homers. Pache homers. Burns picks up his 14th victory of the season. Did we clinch? Was that a clincher for us? Athletics win the wild card. So we make the playoffs in our 3rd season. Yeah, right, our 3rd season? Yeah, this is our 3rd season. I'm already getting all my seasons confused. Yeah, we went from 69 and 93 to 76 and 86, and we are 83 and 77 right now with 2 games left to go in the regular season. 1-0 loss. And the final game of the regular season is a 3-2 loss. So we finished 83 and 79, so we finished sort of on a down note, but it looks like Oakland, Kansas City, and Toronto are your wild cards. We finished with the wild card. So congratulations to us. And at the beginning of the season, I talked about how it was going to be our pitching that did it, and it was our pitching. I mean, they weren't elite by any stretch of the imagination, but Burns, Gleason, and Estes as our 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's a pretty solid starting rotation. Our lineup was, it was passable. We had some players hit pretty well. We had some players have some good seasons. We had some unexpected performances. And then we got some young players on the horizon. So I am super excited about where the future is going to take the Oakland A's. So let's, I think I want to bump ticket prices here for the postseason. We're going to bump them to $27.50. Let's see what we get out of that. Yeah, we'll take, I don't want to go too deeply into the war. into stats. We just did that. But Miranda with us, 258, 314, 397. He was okay, but I don't know that he's going to be worth the $4.5 million or whatever it was he wants. Maybe that number's lower now. Yeah, it's down to 2.5. At 2.5, I think that's reasonable. Laureano and Edwards both had good seasons. Pache, 2 WAR in 100 games, so you extrapolate that out to 162, and he's at, what, about 3 WAR for the season? Not great, but, that's fine, given that it's almost exclusively defense. Marcano had a good season. Yeah, we had a lot of players positive WAR this year, only Gurriel, but I think even that with us, he was, negative 0.1 WAR with us. Just because there's no power. There's no power there at all. No home runs, 19 RBIs on 157 plate appearances. Torkelson ended up 21 and 73 on the season. If he can hit, I commented to somebody in the last video, if he can hit 250 with, 25 home runs and 80 RBIs, I would consider that a success. I put up an 800 OPS, which, can't ask for more. Well, I guess you could ask for more than that, but I would take an 800 OPS out of Torkelson. Given what we had to give up to get him. Some of our veterans were okay. Vogelbach's average was super light, but he was still right about league average because of the power. McCutcheon, average was super light, but still right around league average because of the power. So, some OPS plus numbers that are pretty solid there. Pitching-wise, Burns 3.7 WAR in his first season with us. I'll take it. I will take it. Would have been a little bit higher had he had his stamina been higher. You can see he was pitched 44 fewer innings and only 1 fewer start this season. So the stamina is going to be an issue, but we'll continue to ride. And if he can put up 3.5 WAR every year, it'll be well worth it. Estes and Gleason were both really good as rookies. We didn't have to make a change in the rotation all year long. We started 5 starters all season long: Burns, Estes, Gleason, Luzardo, and Jeffries. Just not a lot of injuries in the rotation. Losing Golemon for the postseason obviously is going to hurt, but that just means we'll lean on Meyer, Hoagland, and Josie. So let's get up to the playoffs, and we'll set our roster, and then we'll get to some postseason baseball. All right, so we have to set our postseason roster. Is there anybody not on the roster that we want on the roster? Man, I really wish Marquez. Why is he not on the postseason roster? Oh, they put back away there. No, I'm good. We want Marquez out there. No, Marcano has dropped down to 2 stars. But again, I mean, he had a pretty good season for, backup infielder. 1.1 WAR, I'll take it. All right, so pitching. Our rotation is going to be Burns, Gleason, Estes. Do we go I think we go Jeffries, because I just think the better control is going to be more important in the postseason. So Marquez will be in there as a specialist / middle relief. Luzardo will be in there as middle relief. Long relief. And we'll just sort of bring everybody in a little bit earlier. 7th or closer, 6th or later, and kind of go like that. We're going to ride Langlier. Where is... Oh, shoot. I can't put... Oh, no. So, because Nick Gordon wasn't on our 40-man, he's not eligible for the postseason roster. Oh, wow. Jonathan Vastine is up to 5 stars. He was our number 1 pick this past season. You like to see that. Crap. I mean, we may as well just put Allen. We got a week, so we'll just, if we make the next the next round of the playoffs, it will be Allen. So who's going to be starting at shortstop for us? And I guess it's going to be Angeles. All right, so it is time for the playoffs. We're going to be taking on the Kansas City Royals. So let's take a look at the Royals. Let's just look at their homepage. So pretty good offense, 2nd in the American League in runs scored. Wouldn't have expected that. Their pitching was below average. Defensively, they were below average. They got a lot of injuries. Looks like their starting catcher is out. Kiermaier is out. They got not a lot of high averages out of the top of their lineup, but Nicky Lopez, pretty solid player. Bobby Witt Jr. obviously is pretty good. Alex Dickerson had a good year for them. Kyle Taco, number 1 pick back in 2023. Cam Gallagher gets such. So they're going to be going Marsh, Manea, and Sajowski here in the postseason. Yeah, our pitching definitely has an advantage. Whether or not we can take advantage of said advantage, we're about to find out. So let's get to today. Let's get to tomorrow, and we will start simming said postseason. Here we go. Game number 1. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Want to make sure that Mr. Burns is starting game number 1, strict order. Now we're ready to go. Corbin Burns against Alec Marsh in game 1 goes to the Kansas City Royals. They beat us 4-1 because of course they do. Bobby Witt has a hit and 2 RBIs. Kyle Isbell with a couple RBIs. We get an RBI from Angeles. Burns pitched well. 6 shutout innings, just ran out of steam, and then Hoagland got smoked. All right. So this isn't working, so let's put him back there. And I guess we just run like that. Like that. Meyer is the stopper. All right, well, game number 2. We're going to rely on the rookies here, Gleason and Estes, in game 2. And our season is over. We score 1 run in the 2 games. They beat us 4-1 and 3-0. So we make the postseason, but that is that. So again, Gleason didn't pitch poorly. He only went 3 innings. Bullpen pitched well. Luzardo, Skubal, Meyer. But Sean Manea haunts his former club, pitching 7 innings of 2 hit balls. So Yeah, we need to address the offense in the offseason. Our pitching staff is pretty well good to go, but we need to address said offense in the postseason. So I'm going to go ahead and sim now to the end of the playoffs, and when I come back, it will be the end of the season. Be right back. Okay, we are back, and your 2024 World Series champions are the Los Angeles Dodgers. So you had a very boring Los Angeles versus Los Angeles. I guess boring if you're not from Southern California. Boring World Series as the Dodgers sweep the Angels in 4. The Dodgers also swept the Braves. So the Dodgers went 11-2 en route to the World Series championship. Angels beat the Royals 3-1. Twins beat the Rays in 3. Angels beat the Twins, and your Dodgers are the World Series champions. So it is time for us to see what the offseason is going to hold. So the coaching staff is feuding. That's a Are they feuding, though? Are they really? I think that may have been the reason I changed the pitching coach. They're unhappy, but I guess we need some more people who like personable people. I mean, I've got a bunch of personable coaches, but none of them work well with personable people. So whatever. They can feud. I don't care. New budget. Team payroll of about $80 million, so that doesn't leave us much for anything. We don't have a top 10 prospect. That's a little disappointing. Wow, he's pretty good. And it's time for arbitration. Alex Cora fired in Boston. So what do we have to do? Oh, man, we got a lot to do in arbitration. Right, and a lot of that is because it's still combining 2 years' worth. Like, we have players who are now in their second year of ARB who should only be in their first. So, all right. What do we want to do here? So Aiden Martinez, unless anybody wants him, is going to get DFA'd. Or not DFA'd, non-tendered. I'm going to give us Peter Lambert. I don't want Peter Lambert. I think we're going to be non-tendering quite a few people here, such as Taylor Trammell. He hit quite well in AAA, but could not hit with us, and we found, found a better option. So we will withdraw to Trammell. Yeah, Miranda's back over $4 million. Okay, well, that's a little concerning. AJ Puck is down to half star. It's crazy how quickly things turn, isn't it? So, all right. Non-tender there. Jeffries wants 1.8. Does anybody want Dalton Jeffries? So 1.8, that's reasonable for your number 4. If we can find somebody who's as good but cheaper, that might be the way to go, but it doesn't appear that that's going to happen. I mean, retaining won't do anything, 'cause we've already paid out most of the contract this year, I think. Okay, that for some reason does add to it. I'm not entirely sure why, but can we package a couple of players that I'm not super crazy about? Is there anybody else here that I just feel like we need to move on from? I mean, Vaughn has been okay. I mean, he's been just okay. Yeah, JT Ginn is back out there as a starting pitcher now for the Red Sox. Bradford Depperman, there's a name. Man, that's a really good bullpen arm. Good fastball, good slider, good change, making he's ARB eligible. 1.1 million in ARB, that's reasonable. Nick Hansen, he's fragile. Ground ball pitcher, good stuff, really good movement. That's not a bad option. Victor Vodnik, can we get both Vodnik and... I like Nick Hansen. I don't like the fragile tag, but I dig this combination of stuff and movement. Christian Javier. Ooh. He's ARB eligible and he's out for the next 10 months. Zach Williman. He's ARB eligible. 1.3. Williman's 26. Was he 20? He's 28, right? 28? He's 28, yeah. And Hansen's 26. They don't like it, but I don't care if they don't like it. What happens if I remove Vaughn? So I can give you whatever. Here, a 24-year-old. Okay. So I like this deal. Jeffries put a 0.4. Or maybe. No, I don't want to move Luzardo. My thought is that Skubal would replace Luzardo. But I don't think that's the case. We could potentially move Meyer back into the rotation. Yeah, I like this. Let's see what else we can do here, and then kind of go forward. Give me a Miles Newsom. Am I wasting your time? Am I really wasting your time? I don't think I am. Because we're still talking. Who was it? It was Victor Vodnik, right? So we can give you him. So we get Vodnik, who's got a killer change. He's on the league minimum. We get a couple of bullpen pieces, which I think is good. They got anybody else that they want to give up? I've always liked Michael Ciani. Very good defense. Give me Ciani. Nope, not in that package. Castaneda. Another waiver claim. But he's young. He's 23. Okay, so you really like him. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. What about Austin Hendrick? Have to do a whole lot better. Jamison Hanna, who was one of the big names in my Colorado Rockies playthrough last season on GM Games. He was sort of that fan favorite that just stuck around even though he maybe wasn't all that good. I mean, I'm good with this deal as it is. I just want to see if maybe there's anything else we can add. We got a couple pitchers that are making the league minimum, move out Jeffries, and improve our bullpen in the meantime. And I think that's a pretty solid trade-off. Leo Jimenez, he looks like a pretty decent backup middle infielder. No. I don't really feel like giving up any more, so I'm just sort of looking to see if I can add another piece without it changing, without their response to me changing. But I also don't want to spend an hour doing this. You guys don't want to sit here and watch me do this forever, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger here. Angel Vasquez. Would you give me Angel Vasquez? No. Nico? No. All right, we're going to pull the trigger here. So we get Nick Hansen and Victor Vodnik. We give up Dalton Jeffries and a couple players we don't care about. Denzel Clark and Ryan Cusick. Let's make the deal. So fan interest increases slightly. We're picking up Victor Vodnik. What is our fan interest right now? 67, which is good. I mean, it was an 82 or whatever at the beginning of the season, and it was like a 51 the season before last. So designated for assignment. Put both of these guys on the 40-man. Both on the roster. I don't think either of them are ARB eligible, so I don't think it's anything we need to worry about. Let's get to ARB. Luzardo only wants 1.3. So we'll offer him 1.25, 0.000. And save 50K there. Kyle Finnegan at 33. I mean, he wasn't particularly good, but those are good ratings. I'm going to hold off on him. Braylon Marquez I want to bring back. Just feel like the ratings there, there's more to be had with that almost 90 stuff and movement. Max Meyer for sure we'll bring back. 1.6, so 1.525. We got Scubal at 1.4. He's not interested in discussing with us. Langley at 1.5. Ooh, he wants a long-term deal. I don't want to go that long, but I would do that. Takes him to his age 30 season. Okay, sure. That works. Torkelson wants 2.6. He's not interested in discussing. Nick Allen. I'm going to bring Allen back just because even as a backup, that is a solid defensive backup middle infielder. So we got Vaughn and Miranda, but we're going to be bringing up Liam Deegan next season. So I don't think we need both Miranda and Vaughn. My hunch tells me that Miranda has more value. Nick Gordon, I think, is eminently replaceable. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw the offer to him. So what do we have? We have Torkelson, Vaughn, Miranda, Scubal, Golemon, and Finnegan. So Golemon wants 4.4. What can we get? Nothing. We got to sim ahead a day. All right. Now what can we get for a Reed Golemon? Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of mid-20s offers. Can we get a bat? Lane Henderson is a starting pitcher. Claimed on waivers. Wow. Houston waived him, huh? Pretty good. Can we get an impact-ish bat for a Reed Golemon? Get Karinchak from the Guardians. I don't even know what I'd be looking for. Clayton Beater. A lot of okay middle relievers. Yeah, you're getting a lot of okay middle relievers. I'm going to have to try this again without the middle relievers in there. Bryce Terang. Let's try just batters. So the Orioles like him. They want to give up a 2.5-star-ish type player for him. Cubs sort of like him. Astros. I may just sign him and then see what we can do about dealing him once we hit the offseason. Miguel Vargas. If we didn't already have 2 first basemen, that might be an option. Celestino, I'm going to pass on. Yeah, so I think we're just going to offer him Arb and then see what happens in the offseason. So he wants 4.4, so we'll offer him 4.2. Save a couple $100K there. Is there any interest in Miranda? Tiny bit. Get Josh Naylor? Nope. Kevin Biggio from the Angels now. Celestino looks pretty good. Oh, excuse me. I mean, our center fielder's Pache. Laureano in right. And we don't really have anybody in left. Marcano, but he's not really a left fielder. We could use a left fielder. I mean, would putting Celestino in left? I mean, he's good defensively. Had a really bad season last year for Minnesota. But if that eye and power develops, that's a solid bat. That may be the move we make. What's his ARB number? 1.8. So we'd save a little bit. Can we get anything else in return? Again, I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm just sort of looking for the best possible deals. Stop wasting your time. Okay, I apologize. Carter Lyles. Potentially good control. No, you don't want to give him up. Okay. Carter. Noah Miller. Ooh, I like him. I would love to pick this guy up. Juan Morales, 19 years old. That's the profile I love. But can I do it without giving up any of our high-end talent? Pineda, Drake Baldwin. He was a draft pick in 20. Wow, he's developed nicely for a 15th round pick. I got Judd Fabian we can call up next season and put him in left field. I mean, he can't be any worse than what we were putting out there. Alex Gutierrez will be up next season as our backup catcher, so that's fine. So we can let what's-his-name walk. Should take Grant Holman? No, did I? No. Doesn't change anything. All right. So I don't want to make this deal. Well, maybe I... Miranda is... I'm curious. I'm just curious. What if we did something like this? If we shop them both. Because, again, we don't need both of them. We really don't need either of them. With who we have coming up, if we can save some money this way. Really doesn't change anything, huh? It's a bit surprising. That is a tad surprising. So I think, again, what I do is we offer them both ARB. And we see if the offers change once we get to free agency. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and offer these guys ARB, and then I'm going to sim ahead to free agency, and we'll go over the awards and everything else. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. It is almost time for free agency. So we lost Taylor Trammell. Fan interest declined slightly. We knew that was going to happen. So we're at a 67 fan interest right now. We won both of the, I guess, ARB decisions. Torkelson and Skubal, 2.6 for Torque and 1.4 for Skubal. All the players we offered ARB to signed. AL Fielder of the Year award winners Pache and Laureano in the outfield. Pitcher of the Year in the AL, Hayden. Wait, that is AAA. Taylor Rogers is your reliever of the year in the American League. Golemon finishes 4th. Art Warren in the National League. Silver Slugger in the AL. Unsurprisingly, no athletics there. Xavier Edwards wins the Rookie of the Year in the American League. Absolutely fantastic. Marcano finishes, whatever that is, 8th. In the NL, it is Davison de Los Santos. Manager of the Year in the AL, Joe Madden. In the NL, Dave Roberts again. AL, Cy Young goes to Aaron Nola. And in the NL, it goes to Josiah Gray. Saw Jack Flaherty's name on there. He pitched really well for the White Sox. AL MVP goes to Vlad. And in the NL, it goes to Juan Soto, unsurprisingly. So we'll sim ahead one more day, get to free agency, and see what's what. All right. We got internationals. Let's see if there's anything there. Nope. And regular free agents. A couple of halfway decent names that we likely won't be able to afford. We had $13 million. And just because I could, I signed Jose Miranda to a 2-year deal worth $9.1 million. I'm hoping that increases his whatever you want to call it, his demand, his need, his, somebody wants him. Doesn't appear to be the case. Although Isaac Paredes isn't a bad option, but we're not really saving anything going with Paredes. He's a pretty good offensive. I mean, he would be a good leadoff hitter. I mean, I need you to retain. How much can we go here? So 60%. So I have no players who make this work at 60%. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I wouldn't mind picking him up. Who's our starting third baseman? How do I not know this? We don't really have one. So this actually wouldn't be a terrible deal. Cool. All right, so 55%, so we would gain about $2 million here. Can we, if we also, well, we can't trade Vaughn because they wouldn't have the money to take it. So that doesn't really help. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, I can't imagine that they would be willing to do that, but I figure I had to ask. Sebastian Espino. This will not work. 2 sacks, pretty dang good. Oof, Acevedo's a beast. Fat chance, okay. I mean, I'm okay with this. Gets Miranda, which we wanted to get off the books all along. So we trade this to Baltimore. We get back Isaac Paredes. They retain 55%, and we get our starting third baseman. So I am good with that right off the bat. So Paredes is now our starting third baseman. So what are we missing if we look at this? So I would prefer Torkelson to be my starting first baseman. So I got Allen in at short. We're missing an outfielder, an infielder, except we come over here and we go Huelvas, Deegan, Fabian. Poisson's going to go on the 40-man, and Gutierrez. So now we have 5 outfielders. I mean, right now our starting left fielder is Judd Fabian. Right now. So we could use an outfielder. We don't need both Deegan and Vaughn, so I think we see what the market holds for an Andrew Vaughn. See if we can clear another $1.5 million off the books or something. Maybe get ourselves... I mean, that wasn't a 24-year-old captain. Yeah, the bat's not particularly good, though. Smith Najiba. Not a whole lot there. That's because we're just going on batters. What if we looked at all pitchers? They're going to give me a bunch of relievers. I don't want a reliever. Reliever is the one thing I have plenty of. Unless they're really good. This guy's not terrible. Mladzinski? But that doesn't really do anything. I mean, 94 to 96 extreme ground ball pitcher I love. But I don't really need another reliever. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 relievers. in our on our big league roster right now. So let's look at free agents. Let's see what's available. Ketel Marte would have been a really nice option, but he wants too much money. Same thing with Nemo. Same thing with Chapman. Grandal doesn't want a ton, but we don't really need a catcher. Jeff McNeil isn't a bad option at DH, perhaps. He can hit. I mean, he's a good bat. I mean, he's a very good bat. But again, we need. So we got Poisson, who is about a year away. He'll be in AAA to start next season. Vastine is a couple of years away. Edwards, I think, has entrenched himself at second. I mean, he could potentially move to third as well if we needed him to. Deegan is going to be that backup corner infielder / designated hitter. Marcano likely comes out of the lineup. So let's see what happens if we do something like this. Marcano and Vaughn. Any interest from anybody at all? We can get Alexander Canario. No, I already have that in Judd Fabian. Yu Chang ended up hitting 24 home runs and driving in 106 runs last year. Led the American League in doubles. Wow. Patrick Bailey. No. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot here. So what I'm going to do... Nope, let's go here first. Let's take a look and let's just... So left field was a position that we identified as a position of need. Catcher we're set at. We're okay at first. We're okay at second. Shortstop, maybe a short term like a J.P. Crawford wouldn't be a bad option. Although I can't imagine he wants a short-term deal. Well, he wants a 4-year deal. That's not unreasonable, and he's a pretty good defensive shortstop. Could bring in Josh Donaldson. And I would love to figure out a way to bring back Chappie. Crawford is sort of interesting to me. Austin Meadows, maybe? Bring in Austin Meadows and let him play left field? And we have enough money to do a couple of things, especially if we signed someone like Meadows. We could stick Meadows in left. He's really good against righties. He's passable against lefties. Maybe someone like DeJong. He only hit $180 last year. Very good defensively, but can't hit to save his life at the moment. Goldschmidt. There's our boy Isaiah. Played for 5 different teams last season, including Double-A. Are you kidding? Now he wants $10 million. All right. Bring back Witt. Too much money, though, I think, for a backup. Same thing with Yohan Moncada, although at third base, Moncada's not a terrible option, although that's not the Moncada that they expected. I see him Ostrozinka. Where did this guy come from? Well, wherever he came from, I like him, so I'm going to offer him a contract. Offer him a major league deal for $1,250. Croatian with some pop in that bat. I like that. So I'm leaning towards seeing if we can bring in J.P. Crawford or Austin Meadows. I think we'll start with Meadows. He wants 5 years at $8 million. I don't want to give him 5 years. I'd be comfortable at 3. 787. That. 3 years at $22 million. I'd be okay with that. So that leaves us with 6. So let's sim ahead a bit and see if either of those come back. I would love to bring in J.P. Crawford at shortstop if his demand comes down. Maybe we can. The problem is we don't have any money for extensions, so we have to hope that the fans continue to come out. You know, we bumped ticket prices a little bit. Fan interest is at 67 or something like that. If we can get it back up into the 70s, we might be able to draw some additional fans, which will then increase the amount of money we have. Yeah, we bumped it to $26.50. It's at $22.97. I don't want to bump it that high. Let's go to $25.50. Yeah, we need the fan interest to increase. I thought the playoffs might help a little bit, but not really. Still waiting. All right, players are disappointed to see Danny Jansen leave. That is fine. They can be disappointed with that. So we are at the Hall of Fame. So Urias signs with Philadelphia. 7 years, $124 million. Let's look at Hall of Fame voting. I'm going to get up to the Rule 5 before I sort of pause the recording and move forward. So we're going to go Beltran and Beltre. Helton. King Felix, Andrew Jones, Petey because Petey, Manny because Manny, Scott Rowland, CC Sabathia, and Ichiro. That works for me. All right, let's keep going. Let's see if either of these players sign. If we sign that third baseman, we absolutely can move on from Andrew Vaughn. You know, trade him for just a minor league player so that we can free up whatever it was, 1.6, 1.8 million. All right, so still no response. Meadows likes the offer so far. If we go back to Offseason Center, free agents, they both favor our offer. So we still have $6 million, but I want to see what happens here before we pull the trigger on either one of those. Crawford is still there, still at $16 million. DeJong is still there as a fallback option, which frankly may not be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I don't know if I wanted to do that. I don't know if I wanted to do that. I want to see if Crawford's number drops. That's what I want. I want to see if Crawford's number drops. So we're at the winter meetings, trade block. I mean, there's nobody we're going to be able to afford, so I don't even know why I bother. Kyle Tucker would be really nice, but I can't afford him, so I don't know why I bother. Any of these guys making a reasonable sum of money? Where is financial? That doesn't help me. That does not help me. Devin Williams probably making a ton, $11 million. Aaron Bummer making 7.2. Kopech making 9.7. May making 8.4. Art Warren making 2.6. No. All right. I mean, is now the time to move Golemon? Let's just look for prospects. 24-year-old outfielder's not a prospect, my guy. Wow, okay. I guess there's just not a lot of demand for Reed Golemon. There's Luis Ariz. It's not terrible, but I don't really need him. Yeah, there's just nothing there. Nobody is interested. Okay, so what about Vaughn? We shop Vaughn and Marcano because you assume at this point we're going to bring in Austin Meadows. So again, it's all about just trying to clear the money off the books. So Cabello is a captain, but he's no good. So the question is, can we get them to give us anything else? The Cubs have some crazy talent in the minor leagues. Wow. Got to be willing to give up one of them. Alcantara. Crow Armstrong, I'd like to get him. Defense is just so good. Derek Diamond. Everything's an insult. Why is everything an insult to you? You get offended too easily, my guy. Thomas Little, 6'8", 235 righty. Nick McLean. Just Gleason. What about if we do that? Nope. Just Gleason. Okay. Preciado. Cabello's just not that good, especially considering I could probably get him for free in about a week. We're going to hold off. If Vaughn ends up going to the minor leagues, he ends up going to the minor leagues. So be it. All right. So let's get up to the Rule 5. See if we can sign our 2 players and run with that. Hopefully we can find ourselves some talent in the Rule 5. We did really, really well in the Rule 5 a year ago, picking up the American League Rookie of the Year in the Rule 5. I don't expect to do that every season, but still no answer from Austin Meadows or, oh, that's not good. Noticeably, what are we down to now? 65. Okay, so ticket prices have gone up, revenue per game has gone down. That's not ideal. Hopefully we get a bump when Meadows signs. Fans hopefully enjoy that. And then we may just try to find ourselves... Okay, so we signed Austin Meadows. We signed Asim Ostrozinka. Excellent. And we'll put him on the active roster. We will put him on the active roster. And let's find a pitcher who is extremely popular. Let's find a relief pitcher who's extremely popular. Reese Olson. How is he extremely popular? I mean, I'm not going to question it. I'll give you Andrew Vaughn for him. So Vaughn and this guy. And you retain his contract. They can't retain his contract. Shoot. Okay. But that's fine. We pick up an extremely popular pitcher. Traded for an all-star. Fan reaction increases noticeably. So we're back up to a 67, and revenue per game is now down to minus 1.8. We'll put Reese Olson on the roster. Okay, so we've added a whole bunch of pitching. We've added a couple of players to our lineup. So now Austin Meadows is our starting left fielder. Ostrazinka. We will get a scouting report on. And now we have a couple players that we can move. So I want to find another popular player. So that worked really well. We got a bump from that, so that worked out well. So let's look at find a player. Let's look at hitters that are extremely popular. And we want to look for a shortstop. There are no free agent shortstops that are extremely popular. What about very popular? Andrelton Simmons only wants a minor league contract? Yep, absolutely. Wait a second. He only wanted a minor league contract. Or maybe he was on a minor league contract last season? What about popular? Didi Gregorius, he's not really a first baseman anymore. I mean, Simmons put up 2.6 WAR a year ago. It's all from his defense. Can we do the sort of gaming the system thing where we do, like if we make this 6 and then do 2 team options? He'll do that. Okay. I'm good with that. So we get him for a year, basically, and we get the fan interest bump, and then we let him go, assuming he takes it. And we get an elite defensive shortstop, and then when Nick Allen is healthy, he can back up at both short and second. Because I think long term what his position is backup middle infielder. All right, so we're at the Rule 5. Let's make sure that we don't have anybody that we want to put on the 40-man. And we do. Brian Ramos got to go on the 40-man. Actually, I think all of these guys have to go on the 40-man. Is there anybody we can take off the 40-man? Yes, let's do that. I didn't even think about doing that. Let's do that. Who do we have on the 40-man that we don't? So he can be DFA'd. This will free up a little bit of money as well. Aiden McIntyre can be DFA'd. Hall looks okay. Acton looks okay. Yep. All right, so that gives us a couple. So we're picking 20th in the Rule 5. Let's sim up into our pick. What do we got? We got James Wood. I mean, yeah. 70 potential power, 84 potential gap power, 22-year-old. I think that's a no-brainer, and we just sort of figure out what to do with the players that we take. I'm going to take James Wood, absolutely. Let's go to our next pick. Let's look at what do I want to look at? I want to look at popularity. We have anybody who's super popular? We got Jake Lamb, who's 34 years old. Diego Velazquez, 21-year-old. Kike is on here, but he's well past his prime, and we've been there, done that. Why is Diego Velazquez so popular? Is he from the area or something? He's from Venezuela. He's from Aruba. No, what's ARA? I don't know what ARA is. Let's look at pitchers. Nathan Eovaldi on the Rule 5, making $10 million. Sonny Gray, making 5.3. Yeah, I'm good with that. Justin Brule. Yeah, I mean, that's a darn good pitcher. All right, so we pick up a pitcher and a hitter, and I think that works. We were the only two. We took the only two players in the Rule 5. We have a crap ton of players on our roster now. We now have 7 outfielders. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to sim ahead to opening day, and we'll cover, I guess, any deals that we make to any deals that we made, because we are going to have to do something. We can't have Gutierrez, or we can't have 7 outfielders. We have 19 pitchers on our roster right now. We can't have 19 pitchers on our roster. So, and they're all major league ready. So some of these players are going to have to get moved. So I will make some moves, and when I come back, it will be opening day. Hang tight. All right, we're back. It is almost opening day. No real injuries to speak of. Xavier Edwards is day-to-day for an unknown amount of time. And we did make one additional trade that ultimately hasn't worked out for us, but I mean, at the time, it felt like a pretty good deal. So if we go to the major transaction logs and we go back to January, we traded Kyle Finnegan and Brian Buelvas to the Astros, getting Christian Javier, and they retained 35% of the contract. So this was not truly a salary dump, but it was a salary dump. We had a bunch of pitchers on our team that I think were able to give us what we got out of Finnegan, who was making $1.8 million. Not a lot, obviously, but every bit helps. And then Buelvas was the other piece we needed to give up in order to get Javier, which, again, I'm going to show you his ratings, but keep in mind, at the time, these weren't what his ratings looked like. So we traded Finnegan and Buelvas to the Astros, getting Christian Javier, and they retained 35%. So at the time we made the deal, Christian Javier's stuff was over 80, his movement was in the high 40s, and he was a potential 3.5-star pitcher. He is now down to 2 stars. You can see when we got him, it was right about here. It was right here. So 79 stuff, 47 movement, 40 potential control. He has since dropped to 67, 41, and 30. So that's obviously not a good thing. He's actually making more. He's making 2.2. They're retaining 35%. If he stays this bad, we will just non-tender him at the end of the season and kind of move on. So that was the deal we made. Unfortunate ending, of course. We did sign Andrelton Simmons to that fake 3-year contract, 1 year with 2 team options. He's going to start at shortstop and bat 9th for us, and he was very popular, so we got another fan interest bump. So we were able to get our fan interest up to a 71. Revenue per game is now actually up, so hopefully we can play well and we can continue to draw people into the stadium. Yeah, so that's obviously the goal, right? So we have to cut our roster down. We're at 38. So we have 20 pitchers on the roster. So Hall, Weisenberger can both go down. Those are fairly easy options. Grant Holman can go down. And this is kind of, I knew this. We just have a ton of pitchers. Skubal is, I don't know. Acton is a leader and high work ethic, while Skubal is kind of a D-bag. I think we sent Tariq Skubal down, believe it or not. We're going to send Reese Olson down. Oh, shoot. I was hoping, and this is something, it's my fault, right? I mean, this is something I should have seen. But he's extremely popular, so I need to keep him on the roster. I don't want to cut him because then we take the fan interest hit. We got to send 2 more pitchers down. So who are those pitchers going to be for now? Garrett Acton, I guess. Wait, yeah, we got plenty of lefties. So Garrett Acton can go down, and we got to send 1 more pitcher down. Is it Vodnik? Maybe for now. Let me run like that. Burns, Gleason, Estes, Luzardo, and Meyer as our starters. Marquez, Golemon. So Golemon's going to be the stopper again. I'm okay giving Marquez a shot as the closer. The control's obviously a little concerning, but I'm okay giving him a chance as the closer. Actually, you know what? Nick Hansen's probably a better option. Stuff's not quite as good. The movement's good. Control's better. They're both ground ball pitchers. We're going to give the job to Nick Hansen. We're going to make him a specialist / middle relief. Can Brule pitch against righties? Sort of. I think Marquez can actually pitch against both. Yeah, so Marquez isn't going to be... He's going to be a middle reliever in setup, where Brule will be specialist. So Josie will be long relief. Way and Hoagland will be our middle relievers. I don't want Reese Olson as a setup. I'm actually going to put him there and avoid high leverage. I'll actually make him a setup man. Setup / middle relief, I suppose. So we'll go with Hansen as the closer, Golemon as the stopper, Olson, Hoagland, Way as our middle relief, Jacob Josie as our long reliever, Justin Brule's a specialist, and Braylon Marquez as a setup man / middle relief. So we have 31. We got to send 5 players down, huh? So Ramos can go down. Marcano can go down. Is he out? He was out of options, right? Because I claimed him off waivers last season. How did splits, game type, spring training? Fabian out-hit Wood, but I need to leave Wood up because he's on the Rule 5. So Fabian will go down. So that puts us at, what, 28? 29. We gotta send 3 more players. 3 more players. That doesn't seem right. Edwards' ratings have dropped a bit, but he'll continue to get this. So I guess... And Angeles looks like the better hitter, but he's going to go down for now. So we have 5 outfielders. Oh, it's because we have Deegan and Ostrozinska both on the team. Request scouting reports. I think we give Deegan a little bit more time in AAA. His ratings are going the right direction. His contact is now up to a 44 potential. He's still super young. He'll probably be up before it's all said and done, but I want to give... Ostrozinska is 28 years old, so I want to give him a shot already. So Marcano, I guess? Does anybody want him? Nope. Yoda Kyoda. No. All right, so we will just designate Marcano. So we're at 26 now. All right, let's get to opening day. So you can see we went 15-10 in spring training. 15-10-3, I guess, in spring training. So it was a good spring. Obviously, that doesn't account for much, or doesn't mean much, I should say, but it's a good start. We'll play opening day, set the lineups, and then play opening day like we normally do, and call it an episode here. And then Monday, we'll do May, June, and July. So we get ready to start year 4. So they think where you need to reach the playoffs. Okay. We will see how that goes. We don't have a top 10 prospect. Really, we don't have a top 10 prospect. Let's look at the minor league system rankings. We have the 11th rated system right now. We got Munoz, who's 22nd, Fastine, who's 29, and Poisson, who is 37. So we got 3 of the top 40, but that's it. So Poisson will be our starting shortstop next season. Maybe he's a third baseman. I don't know. We'll see how this year goes. Vastine is likely our starting second baseman kind of going forward. He's in Double-A right now. Don't expect him to be there very long. He could be up next season, honestly. And then Munoz obviously has a ways to go, given that he's just 18, but he's coming along. All right, so preseason predictions. They have us in last place, 75 and 87. Okay. With the worst offense in the American League and the best pitching staff. So the worst offense and best pitching in the AL. They have us in dead last. They got Burns, Gleason, and Luzardo all on this list as the top pitchers, 3 of the top pitchers. All right. Now we have to let's set our lineup and then let's take a look at the waiver wire. So let's clear all the lineups. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. So batting ratings. So we're going here. This is against righties. So who is our leadoff hitter against right-handed hitters? And I still feel like, yeah, I mean, that contact is really, really light. I think it might be Paredes. 63 I, 79 avoid K. I think Isaac Paredes bats leadoff against righties. Austin Meadows in the 2-hole. Yeah, we don't have a lot of left-handed hitters, but that's fine. Austin Meadows in the 2-hole. James Wood's going to get some play absolutely. Whoa, Poisson should not be on the Major League roster. Okay, so that was the issue that I had. So Deegan can be up. Yeah, that was the issue I had. Okay. So our number 3 hitter will be Laureano. I think we'll make Wood our 4. He'll be the DH, I suppose. Who's our number 5? Torkelson. Stick Deegan over at first base. Ostrozinka can play. The range isn't good in the outfield, but he's got good error and he's got a great arm. I think we're gonna make Deegan the first baseman. That means Torkelson's gonna start on the bench, which is what it is. Actually, I should probably do this from here. So second base, shortstop, center field. So then we'll go Pache. Actually, Langlier. Then Pache, then Edwards, then Andrelton Simmons. Yeah, it's not a great lineup. It's not a great lineup at all, but I feel like we can Deegan, so Torkelson can come on every 4th game. Paredes, no, Ostrozinka will be the backup there. He'll play every 5th game. He'll also back up in left. Start every 7th game, so he'll play a couple games there. Langlier and Gutierrez need to essentially split time. I think every other game. So let's copy that lineup. Let's come over here. Let's paste. And against lefties, we're going to put Ostrozinka in there for James Wood, who still can kind of hit lefties a little bit better, but he's going to strike out a ton. Ostrozinka, I think, is a bit better option. Low average, but better eye and avoid K. So the average may not be there, but he still should get on base at a fairly decent rate. Who else do we got? Meadows out there in left. Is that something we want to do? I think so. Not batting second though. I think we go like that, something like that. So what do we do with Torkelson? And is he the better option? I mean, he's obviously not as good defensively out and left. So, yeah, I guess we can get him some playing time this way. Every third game, every fourth game. Allen can get some starts there. He can get some starts there. Allen's going to have to get some starts here as well. We'll kind of do something like that, I think. Let's look at the waiver wire. Luis Ariz, but he's making $5 million. I mean, that would be a nice pickup, but I can't swing that money. Caden Grenier didn't develop in this one as much as you would have liked to have seen. Mickey Moniak. Catcher there that can't really hit. What about pitchers? Oviedo looks pretty good. Not necessarily better than what we have, though, and that's kind of the point, right? If you're going to take somebody off waivers, they should probably be better than what you currently have. Antiply looks pretty good. Ground ball pitcher. But I'm going to stick with what we have, I think. Cody Hoyer at $4 million. If he wasn't at $4 million, that wouldn't have been a terrible option. Guys, hang on just a second. All right, sorry about that. I am prepping for a baseball game. It is opening day for the Chicago Dogs here this evening. It's Friday the 13th. I recorded the beginning of this episode on Thursday. I'm recording the end of it here Friday morning. I'm going to get this posted. I hope to get this posted before the baseball game. If not, it'll get posted tonight when I get home. But yeah, Chicago Dogs opening day is today. So I am prepping with my my on-air guy to come up with topics for tonight. So that is what I am doing. All right, so it is time for opening day. Yeah, so we're going to play this game against the Angels. Is this the Angels? Yeah, it's the Angels. So are we going against Ohtani? Who do the Angels have? Yep, we're going to be going against Ohtani. Mondesi, Rendon. So it's basically the same team. A couple of additional names. Edgar Cuero. Pretty good 21-year-old catcher. So Mondesi, Rendon, Ohtani, Trout, Curtis Robeson, Edgar Cuero, Joe Adell, who also looks pretty damn good. Rhys Hoskins, David Fletcher. Yeah, it's a good team. This is a good team. That's Syndergaard coming out of the bullpen. All right, well, we'll just have to do what we can do. So let's play this game in Los Angeles. Hope that Corbin Burns can step up. So we're going to be sending out Paredes, Meadows, Laureano, James Wood, Liam Deegan, Langley, Pache, Edwards with Burns, who was 14-5 with a 3.28. And again, they're going Mondesi, Rendon, Trout, Ohtani, Robeson, Cuero, Adell, Hoskins, and Fletcher. Ohtani last year 14-6, 3.54. Let's see how game number 1 of season number 4 kicks off here for the Oakland Athletics. So Isaac Paredes will lead off. Ground ball back to Ohtani, 1 away. Austin Meadows with a base hit to right. A 1-out single. Laureano now. He strikes out. And James Wood. He's going to strike out a ton. So 1-out single gets us nothing. So Mondesi will lead off now against Burns. Gets the bunt down, and he's out 3-4. So Rendon is a normal, so we can just pitch normal. Fly ball out to center, off the wall, so a 1-out double for Rendon. That'll bring up Trout, which is just wonderful. 2-2 to Trout is a strikeout, and Ohtani is... It doesn't show you what type of batter he is because he's listed as a pitcher. I think Ohtani is a pull hitter, right? I think he's a pull hitter, so we'll just shift to the right. He's hit by a pitch, it doesn't matter. Curtis Robeson now. Shift to the right. 2 on, 2 outs. And Burns strikes him out, so he gets 2 strikeouts in the first. Still no score. Deegan. Liam Deegan. Oh, no, that's going to stay in the park. Just a high fly ball. Off the bat, initially, it looked like it was going to be a home run, but nope. Langley now. He strikes out. And Pache pops out to right. Edgar Quero. Ground ball back to the pitcher. 1 out. Joe Adell. Shift left on him. Ground ball to third. 2 away. And Rhys Hoskins. He's extreme pull. We will hard shift left. 3-1 to Hoskins is a ball, so it's a walk. And Fletcher with a single to right. Throw into third. He's safe, so runners at the corners. 2 outs. Mondesi 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to left. Looks like we're going to get out of that inning. No! What happened there? That sucks. Ground ball to short. Alright, so we get out of the inning giving up just the run. So Edwards, Simmons, Paredes here in the third. Ground ball to the shortstop. 1 away. Mondesi pops out. 2 away, and Paredes. Did he get enough of that one? He did. Isaac ties it up at 1. There we go. Austin Meadows. He strikes out. So we get a run. And we got Trout, Ohtani, Robeson here in the third. Trout grounds out to short. Ohtani again. I believe Ohtani is going to be classified as a pull hitter. Pops it up on the infield. 2 away. And Robeson. Strike 3. All right, so we're through 3. Tied at 1. Laureano. We got 3, 4, 5 this inning. Ramon lines out. Wood goes opposite way and gets a base hit. So a single. Oh, and Ohtani's got to come out of the game with an injury. So they bring in Bumgarner against Liam Deegan. Walks Deegan. So we got 2 on and 1 out here in the fourth. Langley. Bach. So runners now in scoring position with 1 out for our catcher. Langley hits a fly ball to center. Not going to be deep enough to score the run. Here comes the throw to the plate. And he's safe. All right, so an RBI single. We're up 2-1. Pache with a runner at third now and 2 outs. And that's going to get the runner home. That's a gapper off the wall out in right center field. In to second goes Pache, and we are up 2. Edwards now. Fly ball to left center field. It's going to be caught out there. So we pick up a couple of runs, and we are up 3-1. You got to keep an eye on Corbin's stamina. Ball 4. Joe Adell's a pull hitter, so we will shift to the left. 0-2 pitch to Adell. Strike 3. Rhys Hoskins is an extreme pull hitter, so we will hard shift left. Strike 3. And David Fletcher. Fly ball to right. I would love to get 5 out of Burns, but he threw a lot of pitches in the fourth. So we'll send him back out there, but we'll have somebody warming. So Simmons leads off. He strikes out. Top of the order in Paredes. Going to be a base hit to center. Austin Meadows, lefty on lefty. That one is nice sliding catch out there, out in left field. Laureano now 1 out, 2 out, 1 on, and that's the end of the inning. Yeah, so Burns is getting tired, so we're gonna have to get somebody up here. Who do I want to warm up? Let's get back way up. So Adalberto Mondesi leads off, 3-1 pitch to him. Ball 4. It's not what I want to see happening here. Rendon, can we get a double play? Runner takes off, and he is safe at second. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a fair ball. Mondesi's going to hit third, so back-to-back runners reach here. So I don't think Corbin is going to make it through 5, unfortunately. So we will bring in Beck Way to face Mike Trout. Yeah, 3-1 pitch to Trout. Ball 4. Bases are now loaded. Or Kevin Biggio. He's going to walk in a run. There we go. That's just wonderful. Curtis Robeson. Strike 3. Can we get a ground ball double play and get out of this one, please? 1-2 pitch. Diving catch made out in center, but that's going to tie the game. So Joe Adell now. 1-2 pitch. Pass ball. Now they have 2 runners in scoring position. So that was an interesting inning for Mr. Beck Way. So in the end, Burns ends up going 4 innings, giving up 3 runs. Not great. Lefty on lefty here. Quijada against James Wood. Woods pops up on the infield. I should probably get another pitcher up. Let's get Josie up. Deegan now. He strikes out. And Langlier. I don't think that's going to be deep enough. Nope. Trout makes the catch in center, and that retires the side. So Way against Hoskins. Fly ball to center, 1 away. David Fletcher. Ground ball back to the pitcher, 2 away. And Mondesi. All right, so Way goes 2 innings. We're going to sit Josie down here for this half inning. So we got Pache, we got the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9. Pache, Edwards, and Simmons. Strikeout. Ground out to third. And is he still ready? Yeah, he's still ready. But we'll put him up now just to be safe. And Simmons. Against Syndergaard. That's the end of the inning. All right, time to bring in Josie. So ultimately, Way didn't pitch terribly. He just walked 2 batters to get things started. So Rendon leads off here against Josie. Strike 3. Then we got Trout. We're going to pitch around him. Nobody on and 1 out. Ground ball to third, 2 away. And Brandon Drury will pinch hit. Fly ball to left, and that should end the inning. It does. Go to the top of the 8th. We got the top of the order. Paredes, Meadows, and Laureano against Ken Giles. Let's see what Isaac does here. Fly ball to left, 1 away. Austin Meadows. Ground out, 2 away. And Laureano. Swings at the 3-1 pitch, and that's the end of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Robeson, Aquero, and Adell. First pitch to Robeson is a line out to the shortstop. Edgar Quero, 1-2 pitch to him. He's hit by that pitch. Damn. Shift to the left against Adell. Catcher's going to try to steal, and he is out by a mile. Joe Adell, 0-2 pitch now to him. And that's it for him. So we go to the 9th, which means it is Reed Golemon time. We got Wood, Deegan, and Langelier against their closer, Raciel Iglesias. Wood strikes out. Deegan strikes out. And Langelier strikes out. There's an inning. That works. All right. Hoskins. Again with the hard shift left. 2-2 pitch from Golemon to Hoskins. There's a strikeout. Fletcher, 2-2 pitch to him. There's a strikeout. So all the strikeouts. And there's a strikeout. So it was 6 straight strikeouts. We got Pache, Edwards, and Simmons. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Iglesias. Edwards hits that one down the third base line. Is that going to be a single or is that going to be a double? It's a 1-out double for Mr. Edwards. And do I pinch hit here? I think I pinch hit here because I can bring Nick Allen in and play short. So let's give Ostrozinka a chance to hit here. Ground ball to short. Over to third goes Edwards. So it's Paredes now with a runner at third and 2 outs. And he strikes out. So Nick Allen will come in and play shortstop. So there, Rendon, Trout, and the pitcher spot here in the 10th. Rendon is normal. 0-2 pitch to him. Strike 3. We're going to pitch around Trout. I pitched around Trout, and he hit a walk-off home run. I pitched around Mike Trout. I pitched around Mike Trout, and he hits a walk-off home run. I pitched around Mike Trout, and he hits a walk-off home run. Okay, well, we lose on opening day yet again. So that's going to do it, guys. We are 0-1. Hopefully our offense can... Hopefully it'd be a replication of last year where we had great pitching and good enough hitting. Again, we've got some talent on its way. Vestine will be up next season. Poisson will likely be up next season as well, so that's probably our middle infield starting next season. We need to win some games so that we can have some money. Currently, our payroll estimate for next year is $109 million. That's obviously not going to work. There are some names on here that are probably going to be gone. Simmons, obviously, with his $8 million, is going to be off the books. Have to decide what to do with Laureano. That's a $12 million option. And I don't know. I mean, defensively, he's really good. But I don't know that we can swing $12 million. So if this season isn't going well, that may be something we look to move. Austin Meadows could be a one and done depending on how he does. We'll hang on to Pache. Golemon could get moved. So we'll see. We have a lot to do. A lot to do in season number 4. So as always, guys, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.